That's my jam. Oh yeah. Yes.
Here it is.
You're so weird. Okay, so we had to come up to the city to get what we needed to finish up the heater project. We went to Lowe's, and Audie was hoping to get what he needed in copper. We couldn't find the parts that we needed, so we went with
bronze. Actually, we're pretty happy with what we found. Just bronze is going to handle the temperature just fine. Any kind of pressure that system can throw at it, and it won't rust or corrode. Alright, so this is what we came up with, and again, we're pretty happy with what we found. The coolant temperature that runs through your engine is going to get up to 240 degrees, 280 degrees Fahrenheit if it's running hot. So you don't want to, you want to make sure the parts you're using are going to be able to handle that temperature. Now, it's also coolant which corrodes and rusts iron and galvanized steel. Technically becomes toxic when it gets heated up that much, but we found bronze. Copper would have been ideal, but actually now that we got this, it can handle higher temperature and higher pressures. This is what the two hoses. We're gonna throw it on there. We're gonna put the hose up to the smooth part, and we're gonna clamp it over the smooth part so that the threads don't damage the hose.
Yeah.
So this is what the two hoses. We're gonna throw it on there. We're gonna put the hose up to the smooth part, and we're gonna clamp it over the smooth part so that the threads don't damage the hose. And the connections, we'll throw the Teflon tape on them, do them up nice and tight, and make sure we put our clamp on the smooth part of the metal so that when we clamp it down tight, it's not tight on the sharp threads, which would damage the hose. And I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty fucking sexy. Like, we know what we're doing, and the whole point is we want to keep it, or do it so that we don't have to worry about it. We're gonna tuck it away, and we don't have to worry about leaks or anything else. Of course, we'll test it before we seal it up anywhere. But so these connections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, ended up costing us $29. So
Someone, and I won't name names, Audie, is a little cranky pants, a little bit cranky pantses. He's not Bob Ross happy.
I put some Teflon tape on the threads, and you put it on clockwise, because that's how you screw it on. If you put it on counterclockwise, when you screw it on, you're going against the direction you put it on, and it'll shred the tape and it won't seal. So just a little pipe fitting advice that was given to me a long time ago. You're all saying, you're like, oh my god, he's gonna put that pipe wrench on those threads. Yeah, I am, because we're not threading those threads into anything. I'm actually gonna file those down before I put the hose on them so they don't shred my hose.
Today he really did not want to be out here doing this because he had a long work day and he's been very quiet, which means he's cranky pants. But anyhow, there he is.
Whatever. I didn't belong to you. But we were successful.
Yeah.
Loop is water or is sealed if it's not leaking, but looks pretty good.
He did that all by himself. We were very concerned. Well, he was because he's doing the work because that's a very small space.
It's a very small space to get hands inside.
But he's so smart. We're straightening.
Looks super clean anyway, but we're just doing this as an extra precaution because I didn't really wash out the buckets excessively before we use them.
Oh, here comes some dirt here. See that?
So can you see a little bit of dirt down there? Nice. We don't want that in our system.
So Audie is going to top up the fluids, and then we're going to turn this beast on and see if it's leaking anywhere.
Okay, we're going to open up our valves and just let the hoses fill up, and then we're going to check for leaks at that point first. If it's all good, then we're going to top up our fluids and fire it up. Okay, I was kind of looking for the reservoir for the antifreeze, and I was expecting like a plastic one like you see on most vehicles. I'm not familiar with buses at all, but this is it. Like, this is the antifreeze, and it's got a sight glass on it, which that was pretty cool.
That's kind of neat, eh, guys?
So it's a lot tougher, and yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. The things you learn about a school bus. Go ahead.
If you ever had diesel, you know they take a long time to warm up, and you don't get a lot of heat out of the heater unless you actually got some RPMs going. But we're letting it run for a bit, just to try it out.
Okay, so we cut it off, and we wanted it to stay in here in case it did leak, then it doesn't go into our living space. So back in here, there's a vent that hits outside, so if it ever did leak, it'll leak on the outside of the bus and not in our living quarters here, and then Audie would have to clean up another fucking mess. There's no leaks because we cut the tubing here and closed it off, so we just want to make sure it's A-okay. This is